Okay, so we're back. Kayode.
Yes, so the Cannes Lions Festival of Creativity is a global event for those working in the creative communications, advertising, and related fields. It is considered the largest gathering of advertising and creative communications industry.
Okay. So don't give too much information, yeah? So that he can tell us.
So let's quickly introduce you to our guests in the studio. We have with us Mr. Nnamdi Ndu. He's the managing director, Chini Africa, and also the Cannes Lions Festival representative in Nigeria. He'll be telling us more about what that is in just a moment. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so we have Toby Babalola, the first prize winner and a planner with Media Reach OMD in Nigeria.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And to my right here, I have Rita Oladimeji, first prize winner, a buyer with Media Reach OMD Nigeria. Three of you, welcome to the program.
I'm interested in this being a winner too, so let me sit where I see.
All right, I don't know where to start from now. But
let's start from him.
So let's start with you. Enlighten us. What's Cannes Lions Festival?
Okay, just like you said in your opening, Cannes Lions International Festival of Creativity is the largest gathering of brands and marketing communications professionals from around the world. And it's a place where we inspire people to be creative, we celebrate creative excellence, and we set the global agenda for creativity in the coming year.
Yeah, I also understand that there is the Cannes Films Festival. How does that relate to what you do?
Actually,
is there any link there?
No, there's no link. But the Cannes Film Festival inspired the Cannes Lions Festival. When the Cannes Film Festival started, that was way back. Cannes Film Festival is in its seventh decade. And a lot of people who were in advertising felt that they needed to have something for themselves. And then they created the Cannes Lions Festival. And you know, at that time, advertising was mostly like film. It was mostly film advertising. So that was the category that was being judged at that time. But today, you know, it's not just advertising anymore. It's now about marketing communications in general. So it's different. The Cannes Film Festival takes place in May, and the Cannes Lions International Festival of Creativity takes place in June, but the venue and city is the same.
So what's the aim of this gathering?
Yes, like I said, it's to inspire creativity. It's to celebrate what brands are doing and the people who are working in those brands. And also, there's an awards part of it where the best of the best materials produced around the world are awarded and celebrated.
Okay, so that means the materials have been sent in. You've done, you know, the picking of the winners, and that's why we have Toby here and Rita.
There are different categories of the Cannes Lions Festival, Cannes Lions International Festival of Creativity. What they have won is the National Young Lions Competition.
Okay, does it have to do with Lions Club? No.
Again, the name Lions was inspired by the Lion of St. Mark. It's a statue in Venice. So the first event took place in Italy, and it was inspired by the Lion of St. Mark. So that's why it's called the Lions Festival. But Cannes is the city where it takes place.
Okay.
All right, so we have two winners working for the same organization, I understand.
So what did you do
on the different
to
categories? What did you do? They say ladies first.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so basically, the first step is you're given a brief, and then the brief was from WFP, and then we're supposed to work on an app, which is Share the Mail. And then the main purpose for, you know, the whole campaign, we're supposed to come up with a campaign idea, and it was supposed to allow millennials to download and then donate through Share the Mail app So basically what I and Toby did was to come up with a media strategy, and then we actually presented that at the finals or at the venue at National Stadium, and then that was when we won.
So Toby, what's your part of the story?
No, she said it all right. Basically, so as Mr. Nnamdi has tried to explain, it's in two phases. So we compete locally as other countries do locally in their regions. Then we go ahead to compete globally against winners from other countries. So we won in Nigeria based on our idea, the thought process, and what we were able to put together to solve creatively, to solve the solution. And the next stage now is being the winner in Nigeria, is to go to Cannes and compete globally with others who have won across other countries, the US, China, and the likes, and see where we'll go from there. Yeah.
So that is part of the aim of this competition, I guess, to expose young people or people who are in advertising in Nigeria to other people around the world.
Yes.
So tell us more about that.
Yes, they are national champions. So they are going to be competing against other national champions. You know, from every country you have a team, and they are representing the media team from Nigeria. So there will be other teams from other countries. And this competition is for professionals who are either 30 years or below.
Okay.
So there is the junior category
are you
of Cannes
qualified,
Lions.
Okay.
I used to be qualified.
We'll find out when we come back. We'll go on a quick break. Just stay with us. Okay, welcome back. So you were talking about those that are qualified for the competition, 30 and below.
Yes.
What more?
Yeah, I said there are different categories of the Cannes Lions. You have the student category. We actually had a student competition, and then there's a winner from Nigeria, and then this is the young professionals category. And then you were asking if there were other things about the Cannes Lions. Yes, there is the industry participation. The brands themselves, the arts that they have produced, they have also entered into the awards category. So all the commercials, all the media planning that they've done, all the PR work, all the digital work, all the design work, and several other categories of commercial communication and things that also have to do with social communication. All those materials are entered into the major category of Cannes Lions.
Yeah, you can see that outside the sphere of advertising, we also see that Nigerian arts generally are beginning to make impressive inroad into the global market. Tell us about the impact of our participation, focusing on advertising now, and participation in stuff like the Cannes Lions. What's been the impact globally of us being able to interface with other people who are doing the same thing across the globe?
Yeah, I think the rise of our arts, the rise of our music, because those are the elements that you bring into commercial communication. So the rise of those things are beginning to impact on our brand communication. So we haven't gotten there yet when we will say, okay, Nigeria has made a strong mark globally in advertising and marketing communications. But we believe that as the other areas are growing as well, it will impact on what the brands are able to communicate.
Okay, let me go to Rita. What are you looking forward to during the festival?
Okay, so first of all, I'm looking forward to traveling to France. I'm also looking forward to the exposure that this is going to give me. And then basically you're going to be exposed to a lot of lectures from different people from different walks of life. And then being exposed to that is one of the things I'm also looking forward to. And then I'm also looking forward to competing with other people from other countries. It's going to give me, you know, I don't know, but I think it's going to give me like, how I put it, so for me, it's like a really great opportunity, and having for me to interact with people from different countries and from different places. So for me, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
And you, Toby?
Yeah, for me, it's more around collaboration and knowing that we're going there to not just compete, but try to collaborate with others who are the best in their various countries, and seeing what you can learn and how you can best fit. And you know, sometimes the thought of, oh, we're quite backward in Nigeria, and the reality of things, you're not as backward as you think. So managing that and finding a balance when they are also definitely taking a short break from work during the trip. Yeah.
You touched on something when you said that it's the world wants to see us, you know. So it also doesn't mean that we are going there to just take and see what they have. Toby, what do you hope to let other people see about Nigeria, about Nigerian art, about how rich it is, and how do you hope to do this?
First, so I was just thinking about what I'll wear, and I was saying, yeah, I like this charged trouser and just wear it on a nice top and all that. Yeah, from a cultural standpoint, yes, in the way I dress, first, but secondly and most importantly is in the thought process that the Nigerian or the Nigerian intellectual brings to play. I think we're somewhat underrated as regards that, which is key for me. And one key thing I think I would like to show for there is our thought process, the way a Nigerian thinks, how Nigerians view brands, how Nigerians come up with strategies, and how our strategies work globally, how our strategies will work globally if we're put on that scale. So that's key for me.
Okay, so, you know, also to add to that, we also have others who will be speaking in Cannes from Nigeria. We have the likes of Femi Kuti, we have the likes of Omotola, we have the likes of Tiwa Savage. They're not going there to sing, they're going there to speak. So they will be expressing from the abundance of the culture and artistry that we have in Nigeria. So that's a way of presenting Africa more. And we have a lot of other people speaking also from the advertising industry.
So as we wind this down, what are the future plans you have for this competition, for creativity in this industry?
You know, our partnership, Chini Africa with Cannes Lions, is focused on promoting creativity in Africa generally, beginning with Nigeria, where we are. And we formed, we have a 3-point focus on tools, training, and celebration. And for tools, we partnered with Lutz's Archive, which is the #1 publisher and curator of recent advertising in the world. We partnered with Miami Art School for training, which is the #1 advertising school in the world. And then for celebration, we partnered with Cannes Lions. So that is what we're doing to promote creativity. So this is actually part of the general strategy to promote African creativity. And in future, we intend to do more of this. Like we've started some of our local brands. Our training arm is called the Culture Code. We have our own local version of the Cannes Lions. It's called the Picture Festival, and incidentally we have a young picture competition, and they also came up as tops.
Okay.
Yes, so they will be going to Dubai next year. Then Nigeria again. So they are double winners.
So this is the part where we say congratulations and a double congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I was saying we're proud of you. Toby Babalola, first prize winner, a planner with Media Reach to Nigeria, and Rita Oladmeji, first prize winner as well, a buyer with Media Reach. Gentleman, lady, thank you for coming on the show. And also Mr. Nnamdi Ndu, Managing Director, Chini Africa, who represents Cannes Lions Festival in Nigeria. Thank you for coming on the show, and we wish you best of luck in whilst you are away in France and Dubai.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And that's how we wrap up Sunrise for this week. Thank you so much for sharing your morning with us. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend and stay with Channels Television. I am Yomi Otaigbe.
Yes, remember to always stay with Channels Television. You have a lot to gain when you do so. I'm Kayode Alayade. Thank you for watching.